Excuse the mess. I'm in the middle of some Lego projects. Anyways, this is the Green Abyss Bioceramic Scuba 50 Fathoms. And of course, this is the Blancpain by Swatch Dive Watch. I really, it was kind of indifferent with when they come out. It's like, okay, another collab, another bioceramic watch. This time in their automatic movement with the System 51. Cool. Anyways, let's get into this. And then they came up with several other colors. They came up with the Sea of Storms, which was actually pretty cool, all black version. Actually, that came closest to me wanting to maybe get one of those, but I already have an all black watch. Today, by the way, I'm wearing a Tag Heuer. It's a vintage, neo-vintage, circa mid-90s, 1500 series dive watch quartz, but this was my first dive watch I ever bought myself way back around 1995, late, and I did lose it after having it for 12 years. Then I lost it and was out without it for about 18, so basically a 30-year difference between then when I originally bought it and now, more recently. I picked it up about a month or two ago. Decent example, and yeah, and get into this. This is just to show this off because I don't feel like there's that many of these videos. Let's see, got my warranty card here, but I should not reveal that. It's good for 5 years, which is not bad. So here's the other ones. And then this one came out, which is the Green Abyss. And this one is pretty cool. It's still pretty toned down compared to some of the other, it's not going to be in here, maybe the instruction manual down here at the bottom. But this one, I like that military color. Let me back it up a bit. And it comes in a nice case. I guess you can consider it a clamshell. Interesting that they have this blue and white, or is it kind of a light gray color going along the seam. The salesperson said that this is supposed to be waterproof. I don't know if I buy that. Let me see, because that would mean that it has to have some sort of rubber sealing, which it does not. Yeah, I mean, I can't really trust the people that work at the store fully know exactly what they're selling sometimes, a lot of times actually, but that's okay. Not that I plan to test this, but maybe it's not truly waterproof, or maybe it's a little water resistant perhaps. This is sort of, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a sailcloth material, but maybe it kind of is. But anyways, I guess I can drip some water, and here we go. And once I saw the original, release of this, I was pretty interested. Like, this colorway just grabbed me. There's something about this military green drab and the black with the, if you want to call it Fotina, but this like let's take this out. This warm beigey kind of color is very military-like as well. Something beigey, something sandy, and this drab, and of course some black. All that mixed together makes for a very military look, which is kind of cool because, as you might know, the Blancpain 50 Fathoms has had some limelight in, the actual one, not the Swatch version, obviously, but the actual one, has been used for military use and all that. So I like the fact that this kind of gives it that vibe, and it looks cool. It's just got just enough pop with it, but not overly. Admittedly, I could do without the branding on the side here, the Swatch. On the Blancpain, it would normally say Blancpain, but I suppose it says Swatch here because I think they said, just like on Squale, right? They have their branding, at least they used to, on the side. I think whoever makes the case, because Squale used to make cases for other brands, so that's why sometimes you see the double signing, the case, manufacturer, Squale, and then also the brand could be Squale too, if it's their brand, but they might have some other brands. I think they used to do stuff for also Blancpain and Heuer as well, so they might be potentially double signed that. But I think that the reason why the cases could be signed is such an example. So the watch might be one brand, but the case that they have made for it inside is made by another one. So let's say Squally. In this case, kind of makes sense that this case is made by Swatch. So it's branded on the side, which is fine. It's pretty subtle, to be honest, and it doesn't bother me that much. And it's a nice strap. And what they did do, this might be a first. I'm not sure if when did they started changing over, but I know the original ones used to have like the NATO style with the pass through, and it's double layered, and you know, you add a bit of thickness to it. And then they switched to this, which is just a two-piece strap. Supposedly those also had a very long strap, so it could be a little cumbersome trying to wrap that all up with the previous generation of these Scuba 50 Fathoms. And I appreciate this because one, you can see the case back, which I should probably remove the sticker here. Okay, and I will probably remove the front just like that. And these actually have surprisingly really good lume as far as I understand it. So put this together. This case would be pretty useful too, but I rarely use a case like that, and I have plenty of watch cases. And I'm trying to show it to you in the best lighting, but I'm going to back it into the light more. I'm actually, the light is a little bit out there, so hopefully you can see this okay. And I think this is a really nice colorway. And the only trick is, if we want to switch bands, you need to use, I don't think they come with it. You probably, I believe, they don't intend for you to swap it out. It's not a big deal, but usually when you buy an aftermarket strap for these, they usually will give you the tools to put into here. It's basically, I believe, 2 hex wrench screws. So you have to put one here and here and kind of cross twist it or whatever to undo it, and then you take out that spring. Well, it's not no spring, but like take out that bar, and then you can remove the strap, and then you put it back in, either to do a pass through like a NATO style, or even a single, or what else is there? Or if you do another 2-piece strap, you gotta make sure that that, you know, take out the spring bars if it has it, or just reuse these bars with that strap. Okay, just distracted for a bit, but here it is, 42 millimeters. I don't have my calipers readily available, but the thickness is, from what I can judge, maybe approximately 14 or 15 millimeters, which is kind of average for a dive watch. And I'll just put this on wrist quick. Let me back this up a little bit. And there is no hacking on these, but that's fine. There are tricks to work around that. And there we go. And good. The last keeper is adjustable, like it slides, so then you can get this to whatever length you want and just move it to where you need to tidy at the end. I suppose I could roll back, but I don't think I need to. I think it looks fine like this. I think this is a good looking watch. The bezel action is surprisingly pretty tight, like solid clickiness, and there's no real play in it. Everything lines up good. And see, do I have my light? Hang on. Okay. And from even the early models, the lume on these guys are actually somewhat surprisingly really good, because I think most Swatches in general aren't really known for their lume quality. At least I've never known them to be that great. But they say that this is actually quite good. And it does glow like blue. It probably shows up more blue than it is, and it may look bi-colored for some reason right now, but it isn't. It should be all basically a, you know, kind of a BGW9 kind of glow, more or less. But yeah, it's just cool. And let's get the lights back on real quick. Look at this. The dial is, if it's not a dark green, I'm pretty sure it's a black dial. But it looks good. You know, it's got these green accents with the tan, and overall, it looks good. And you know, you look at it, the lume is, at first you would think it's just printed flat, but if you can reflection, you can kind of make out, see right there, definitely has a bit of raised character to those indexes, so that they are, you know, they're probably pretty liberally applied too. So this is how it looks like on my 7-inch wrist, no problem, works well. And I figure it's gonna look good on a lot of different straps. It is 22 millimeters, by the way. I prefer 20, but I don't mind. I can do 22s when I need to. But this is, yeah, this is a cool watch. And there's a look at the back. You've probably seen this other places. I'm not exactly sure which sea slug this is. I'm sure it's noted somewhere. But yeah, I think this is a cool, this may be the coolest version, or at least I think it's like, for me, it's maybe the best version of this 50 Fathoms Scuba from Swatch and Blancpain here. You know, just enough pop of color, but it's subtle. But I don't know, it's got this cool rugged military look, although probably not super rugged, being kind of plastic-ish. But you know, these watches are actually more resilient. And even my older vintage Swatches, 30 meters of water resistance has been plenty. And this has whatever 50 Fathoms is. It's like a odd like depth count. Yeah, 91 meters. That's what they say right there. See that right there? Which is equal to 50 fathoms, I guess. And they say 300 meters. I guess that's about, because 100 meters is actually a little bit more than 300 feet. See that? Yeah. So 91 is, I had to do the math. It's probably not exactly 100, 300 meters, 300 feet. But yeah, this would be plenty. Like again, my Swatches that were 30 meters of water resistance have held up way no problem in swimming and diving and stuff. And I don't imagine that will be an issue at all, especially with this. And it's a more modern build as well. It's got a sign crown. So that's basically it. Probably this boxing, once again, is too long, but it is what it is. So, and again, thanks for watching, and I hope to share more images of this. And I don't know how many straps I'm going to be able to get on here. I like what it comes with, but I can imagine a few things, a nice sailcloth strap of some sort, even some sort of single pass still would be okay with me. But we'll see. This will be a fun one to have. And yeah, I don't mind that it's plastic. I don't mind that it's you know, not really truly serviceable, but I'll be curious to see how the accuracy is on this. All right, thanks for watching. Enjoy watches. I look forward to enjoying this one. Okay, well, here is a specific brochure or pamphlet or booklet that comes with this model. Explains the thing. I guess the color is basically inspired by like deep green tones, by like seaweed and like kelp forest and something along those lines. That was on the other page more so, but then you can see here, as I mentioned, I wasn't sure if the indicator was real, but I thought I had heard it was. But it says here, a real bicolor water contact indicator identifies this model. Presents a 6 o'clock, a change in the color will signify presence of humidity inside the watch. So a watch is equipped with this feature called mil-spec in coordination with the US specification. And here is the specific sea slug that's on the back of the case. That would be on the back of my watch here, and you can read that if you want. And the Mediterranean, European, Eastern, North Atlantic, Ocean, and Gulf of Mexico. So quite a lot of places. But yeah, this is cool that this being this kind of olive drab, and the idea that this particular dial design is more of a mil-spec design from the brand, that it all goes together pretty nicely. Anyways, just wanted to add that because I didn't have that clear earlier. I was questioning whether it was a real moisture indicator, but it is. Just the funny thing is, I don't think you can do anything about it if there is water in it, because the watch is completely sealed. But whatever, as long as it does its long run, and which it should, because at least all the Swatches I've owned, they've lasted for decades, and I think this would be well past its supposed service life. This is fun, and for the price of this, and definitely after 5 years or so, I probably will forget about what I spent on this and all that, and just enjoy it as long as I can while it still works and all that. All right, that's it.